On October 30th, in a cowardly act, hitmen fired on Amina and her husband, Adam Osmayev, from behind bushes as they drove by. Amina was fatally struck in the head. The world lost a brave and beautiful soul, but her loss will not be in vain. Born in the southern Ukrainian city of Odessa, Amina was a mother, a medical surgeon, a Ukrainian police lieutenant, and a Muslim activist known for her stance on equal rights for men and women in uniform. She was a born leader. At the start of the Euromaidan movement, Amina joined the peaceful protest in Ukraine in the bitter cold, a protest against repression. To show solidarity, she lived with her husband on the streets in a tent. When Russia illegally invaded Crimea in eastern Ukraine, Amina was the first woman to join the Kiev II volunteer battalion. She was awarded the Hero of Ukraine medal to honor her bravery at the Battle of Debaltsevo in the grisly fight against Russian aggression. She fought valiantly towards progress and against oppression. Her bravery symbolizes the extraordinary strength of Ukrainian women as the fountainhead of that society, holding the country together during significant duress. With her assassination, the world has yet again witnessed how the enemy of democracy will stop at nothing to silence those who stand for freedom and justice. Amina had been a target before due to her unyielding patriotism. A failed attempt occurred in June when an assassin pretending to be a journalist shot at her. Tragically, evil persisted, and on Monday, October 30th, it succeeded in snuffing out the beauty of Amina and wounded her husband. But her spirit endures larger than life itself. Amina is one of many fallen victims to Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine and its clandestine efforts to snuff out champions of freedom. The list includes Nikolai Andrushenko, Nikolia Volkov, Denis Voronshekov, and numerous other valiant souls who placed their lives forward in liberty's struggle. I ask unanimous consent to insert into the record an extensive list of lives purged by Kremlin-related assassinations.
Without objection.
It is hard for people of goodwill to imagine the depth of depravity that Russia's malevolent dictators will stoop to serve the narrow pecuniary and political interests of the few at the price of the many. Dr. Timothy Snyder, in his extraordinary book, Bloodlands, recounts the intergenerational human tragedy wrought by Russian dictators, citing the 14 million civilians, women, children, families, who were murdered at Russia's hand in Eastern and Central Europe. Vladimir Putin is the latest dictator in a long line of them. And sadly, this dark history from Stalin to Putin continues today. It is instructive that Putin himself has written that his grandfather was a trusted cook for Joseph Stalin himself, working inside the belly of the beast of tyranny. That is the cocoon from which Russia's Putin has emerged. And now add to those millions of deaths over 10,000 Ukrainian soldiers killed by Russia, with thousands upon tens of thousands more wounded, and over 2 million people displaced inside Ukraine, a country that simply wants to be free. As co-chair of the bipartisan House Ukrainian Caucus, I can attest our members are committed to hold Russia accountable for tyrannical and malevolent activity in Ukraine and even here in the United States. Mr. Speaker, I rise in pursuit of justice for Amina Okuyeva and in solidarity with other freedom fighters in Ukraine. Let her bravery in life serve as an inspiration to us all, and let the international community stand with Ukraine shoulder to shoulder as we continue to fight back against Russia's invasion of a sovereign nation, fighting for a future free of state-sponsored murder and occupation. Thank you, and I yield back.
The gentlelady yields back. The chair recognizes the gentlewoman from Missouri, Mrs. Hartzler, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today in support of an important bill that could help so many families with loved ones struggling with life-threatening diseases. I'm talking